the right hand of the shepherd. And he will place the goats on his left hand, but the sheep on his right. Jesus himself said these words, words of truth that pierces the ages, words of prophecy, and words of destiny. Both flocks, the gentle and the defiant, the pure and the stubborn graze together in the quiet of dawn, coexisting under the same sky. However, the day will come when the shepherd will call, and each person's actual nature will be exposed. Right now, the goats and sheep have the same appearance. They both eat, roam, and sleep under the same sun. The shepherd, however, is aware of the distinction. His eyes see what ours cannot, each soul's secret loyalty, its heart, and its spirit. The Lord is referring to people, not animals, when he talks about sheep and goats, of options, of the heart. Those who hear his voice and follow not out of fear, but out of love are the sheep. The wandering goats are those who recognize the shepherd's call, but choose to follow their own path instead. The shepherd waits as a result. He offers warning, mercy, and time. Through the kindness of strangers, the whisper of conscience, and the word he calls. His sheep are identified by every act of kindness, every instance of forgiveness, and every tear shed for another. Because Jesus declared, "You gave me food when I was hungry. You gave me a drink when I was thirsty. You took me in even though I was a stranger." This is the test of love in action, not of fame or fortune. The goat's disregard for other people, rather than their harm, is what makes them evil. Silence that condemns is called indifference. The shepherd looks for merciful hearts, not flawless individuals. Then comes the day. Instead of evoking fear, the trumpet's sound signals the revelation of truth. And when Jesus appears in his glory, people from every nation are gathered before him. Like the sun rising, he fills the sky with his brightness, purity, and unstoppability. And just as a shepherd splits his flock, he separates them from one another. The faithful, the merciful, and the humble are on the right. The cold, the self-sufficient, and the proud are on the left. This is the revelation of truth, not a time of cruelty, because what has always been is revealed by the light. The goats have walked in self. The sheep have walked in love. Heaven is the home of those who love as God loves, not a reward for good deeds. Imagine the quiet at that precise moment when lives lived, not words, separate eternity. "Come, you blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you," the king says, turning to his right. And he says, "Depart, for you would not love as I have loved," to the left, but with tears rather than anger. When love himself distinguishes between truth and deception, which side will you support? What will the shepherd see when he looks into your eyes? Both the quantity and the quality of the sheep's hearts are lacking. However, they listened to the shepherd's voice and responded sympathetically. Because his love burns in them like a holy fire, they forgive the enemy, feed the hungry, and console the lonely not for gain. And the shepherd is still among us today. His cry, "Follow me," reverberates in the whisper of his word, in the cries of the impoverished, and in the silence of our conscience. He still divides, but with truth rather than anger, because the shepherd's right hand is a place of peace rather than privilege. One day time will yield to eternity, and the hills will tremble. When the King rises, everything will come to a halt, and every soul will know at that very moment that love was the ultimate measure, mercy was offered, and grace was extended. Listen up, though, the gate hasn't been closed yet. Your name is still called by the shepherd. He has more mercy. Even in the valley of pride and fear, his light continues to shine. Today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your heart. Lay down the stubborn will. Lift your eyes toward the light. Choose compassion, choose obedience, choose love, and you will stand on his right hand when the great division comes. Because the shepherd's hands remain scarred, demonstrating that mercy and judgment share a common heart. Additionally, the shepherd's right hand remains open, waiting for every soul to turn and follow. Your name is still called by the shepherd. Make the compassionate decision. Follow his light, and you will spend eternity at his right hand when the time comes.